firearms rather than at that point there being a personal motivation from him.
As you enclosed the firearms, you didn't tell
No. You're making a whole lot of extra assumptions. We've given you the information, and that's what we've given you. ASIO makes decisions as to what can be provided. We provided that with you.
Should they have told police so that someone could investigate whether a close relative of his was licensed to have firearms? Did they tell anyone else?
I've got full support for our security agencies, and part of making sure that they can do their job is making sure that information is brought out in the way in which we are doing it right now.
Are his other family members being investigated?
Just
Are his other family members being investigated?
I beg your pardon?
Are there other family members being investigated? Do you have any concerns about the other family members?
I have full support for our security agencies, and I'm authorised to give you the information which I have given you.
And you would understand this is an ongoing investigation, and therefore we are not in a position to compromise that ongoing investigation. We have gone through the committees what we are able to tell you. We're providing as much information as possible.
Prime Minister, has Australia gotten complacent on gun control since Port Arthur? And in terms of the gun control ideas that you'll be bringing to National Cabinet, what is within your power to do, and what do you need from the states?
Well, some laws are Commonwealth and some are implemented by the states. What we want to do is to make sure that we're all completely on the same page. That is one of the reasons why I'm convening the National Cabinet today as a matter of urgency. We will then task work to be done. As Premier Minns has said, he will task work in New South Wales. We want to make sure, though, that there's greater uniformity in these issues. One of the things that we have done, for example, is to provide substantial amount of funding support so that the issues that arose out of the Queensland incident, where you had a terrorist incident that resulted in the death of Queensland police officers, that information wasn't transferred across state boundaries. Now that's something that we addressed at that time. We've provided funding for that, but we'll continue to work through those issues. Yeah.
Can the National Firearms Register move faster, and does Australia need a new firearms by that program?
Well, that's precisely what we're doing. Before us, there wasn't a National Firearms Register. That's the point. That's one of the major reforms that we're doing, and we will do it as soon as we can. In some cases, some state jurisdictions still had paper identification. That was what we were dealing with. Now, we are responding in a really practical way. If there's more that can be done, we will do it. We will do whatever is necessary. Yep, that's fine.
Detailed a bunch of progress there on anti-Semitism, but speaking to members of the community last night, today, there's a sense of extreme bitterness that this was inevitable and that they weren't listened to. I'd like you to respond to that, and this idea that it's been allowed to fester. What can we do now that this has happened to stamp that out and make sure that that community feels safe?
Well, the community are going through a terrible time. This is an incident that is aimed at, by definition, terrorism is aimed at creating fear in the community. You have these two individuals who have engaged in a horrific act, one that is completely out of place with the way that Australia functions as a society. And it contrasts with the actions of police who rushed towards Bondi, the actions of Ahmed, who took the gun off that perpetrator at great risk to himself and suffered serious injury as a result of that, and is currently going through operation today in hospital. At the best of times, what we see is Australians coming together. And what I want is for Australians to come together, for this to be reinforcing the need for asked to promote national unity, and that is critical. There is no place in Australia for anti-Semitism. There is no place for hatred, and people who were exercising their right to express their faith through Hanukkah had every right to expect that they could do that in peace and with a joyful celebration, which is what it's aimed at. Thank you very much.
Can you reconcile, can you reconcile,